No, there's a number of areas. We gotta get more turnovers on defense. Got to be better in the red zone there. On offense, I think you got to be much better in situational football. We got to be much better throwing and catching. I'd like to generate a few more explosive runs. I think we're running the ball somewhat decent, but if you don't get big runs, you're never going to have those numbers. And then it just comes down to execution in some real critical situations.
What do you think? I know every situation is different, but it seems like in a lot of the situations there's been one thing that goes wrong. Do you have an explanation, just looking back on film, on why you haven't been able to execute the way you want?
Yeah, just like you said in your question, there's not one answer. You can go to each position, whether it's the drop here, whether it's a misread there, whether it's a false start, whether it's whatever it is. Counting of the accumulation, all of that, you need to play better football. And that's what we're trying to do. You got to go out there and you don't need to make stuff up, but you got to play better. And everyone's going to make mistakes in games, but how can you eliminate those? And one thing we talk about here a lot is doing right longer. You got to do right longer than another team, and I don't think we've done that close to enough.
When you first got here in 2017, you were asked why you didn't keep Colin Kaepernick, and you said, well, if you wanted the same style of quarterback, and if you have two different style of quarterbacks, you have two different styles of offenses, and you don't really master anything. Is any of that going on right now with your offense? Two different style of quarterbacks, two different styles of offenses, and that's why you're not executing the way you have in the past?
When you do that, there is a lot of truth to that. And that's why I said that whenever you can remember me saying it. But it's that's what you practice in training camp. That's the big thing with. That's one reason I really like Trey. I don't think you have to do a totally different offense. I think Trey can add a lot to your offense, and you can do a lot of different things that you might not be able to do with a guy who doesn't have the athletic ability in terms of running like Trey does. But you don't have to do a whole new offense. But you got to give the guys a chance to develop a few different things. But you never want to get away from your foundation.
At right guard, how secure is Daniel Brunskill in the starting role there? Or do you want to see other guys competing for that spot during the week, pushing him for that?
Yeah, he's secure in terms of I believe Dan we can win with. So it's not that we're sitting here trying to replace him or anything. But I always want guys pushing him. We obviously invested in some guys in the draft, and we have other guys here, some vets and stuff. And I think all those guys are pushing him each week and looking better with the reps they have, and that's something I hope continues.
Is Compton the next guy logically in line if you were to go down during a game, for example?
In a game, yeah. Compton's so versatile. That's why he's definitely always up. He's earned that too with how he played throughout training camp. But Compton also can help out. He's played tackle in this league. He's played guard in this league. So he's always a good guy to have up. But I would never hesitate to start. Someone got hurt long term. We decided with other guys.
How much progress have you seen week to week from Mitchell and Sermon as far as finding the right hole and making the right decision and getting the yards that you want to be there to be had?
I think they're getting used to this league. I think Elijah came out pretty strong in his first game, and his second game he played and battled through that bad injury at the end there. He's really just getting back going. I think this bye week helped him even heal up more. But I was happy how tough he played coming back from a pretty tough injury. And he's taken away from Trey a little bit. He hasn't gotten as many reps, almost the last week or 2 weeks that we've played. But Trey's gotten better in each game he's gone there.
Last year, you guys found different ways to get Brandon Ayuk the ball. I think there were 14 passes behind the line of scrimmage, including some of those jet sweep runs. What's your process when it comes to deciding, how we're going to use a guy with those plays in mind?
Brandon's an option on that. He does a good job on that stuff. I think we went to him a ton especially when we were missing Kittle and Debo. So I know when we have those guys, it takes a little bit away from them. But you always try to give it to the guys who you think you have the best look and you think you can do the best with it.